Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another edition here of Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, my name is Dominic, and it seems as though... Was that Andrade Cien Almas? Okay, well, on an already incredibly busy night of action here on SmackDown, it seems as though Andrade Cien Almas has apparently attacked Daniel Bryan backstage. Well, to briefly turn our attention to this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, okay, it's going to be Ember Moon taking on Mickie James in a qualifying match to determine who will be entering the Elimination Chamber. Of course, the winner of that Chamber match will get a shot at either the Raw or SmackDown Women's title at WrestleMania. But Andrade Cien Almas, okay, he won a Fatal 4-Way ladder match at NXT TakeOver the end to, well, earn a contract on a Friday Night SmackDown. We've been waiting patiently for his arrival here on SmackDown since signing with the Blue brand, and it seems as though he has decided to make his presence known here tonight by attacking former WWE Champion Daniel Bryan. Well, hopefully more on that later, but right now it's time to turn our attention to the first matchup of the evening, what was scheduled to actually kick off the show, as Alexa Bliss, of course, Miss Money in the Bank, is accompanying her mentor here on SmackDown, Mickie James, the woman who will be competing here tonight in this match against, of course, Ember Moon. As I'm sorry if I seem a bit flustered, ladies and gentlemen, was not expecting Andrade Cien Almas to make an appearance here. Okay, we weren't really, scheduled to have him debut at all. We didn't really know exactly when he was going to debut. However, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, after that shocking reveal of Andrade Cien Almas making his debut here on SmackDown, I want to remind you that there is a lot going on tonight. Of course, kicking off the show, Ember Moon versus Mickie James. Okay, we've got the SmackDown Women's title on the line in our main event of the evening, as Kairi Sane is looking to challenge Bayley for the title. Ember Moon immediately out of the gate with a kick right to the stomach of Mickie James. Ember Moon immediately trying to gain some sort of leverage here. Alexa Bliss, Miss Money in the Bank, as I just mentioned. And you gotta think, of course, she's been saying almost all year that she will be at WrestleMania in one capacity or another. And perhaps, if Mickie James were to win here tonight and, go on to win the Elimination Chamber, perhaps she will be at WrestleMania alongside Mickie James in a title match, as Mickie James looks to challenge either the Raw or SmackDown Women's title. Ember Moon, however, stopping the momentum of the Irish Whip. Ember Moon not looking to let that happen as Mickie James takes her down, going for the first cover. No, not even a 1 count there of the matchup. Okay, Braun Strowman's also going to be in action, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, against a local competitor later on tonight. Ember Moon, however, once again trying to gain early control here in this matchup with that suplex on Mickie James. Alexa Bliss watching on. 1. No, and only a 1 count. Okay, is the veteran versus the up-and-comer, in my opinion, here on SmackDown. Ember Moon, former champion, former multi-time champion here on SmackDown. Okay, she's won the women's title, and of course, after the rebrand with the Raw and SmackDown women's titles becoming individual belts. Hold on, wait a second. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count there. Very close 2 count there. Okay, again, I'm sorry if I seem a bit flustered here, a bit taken aback. Andrade Cien Almas. Okay, Daniel Bryan, I'm being told right now, is being treated by our medical staff here in the WWE. However, right now, Mickie James, perhaps looking to join, of course, both Dakota Kai and Sasha Banks, two of the confirmed members in that Elimination Chamber matchup. Oh, but Ember Moon not allowing her the chance to gain any momentum to do so, as Alexa Bliss immediately, as soon as Ember Moon hits her with the roundabout clothesline, apparently having a few choice words to say, making sure Moon can and will hear what she has to say. But Ember Moon, after listening to, well, whatever Miss Money in the Bank wanted to talk about, trying to go after Mickie James. Mickie James, however, trying to take advantage of the distraction, but Ember Moon not having it as she continues the assault here. Oh, well, there you see, however, the veteran Mickie James with a veteran-like maneuver, rolling to the outside, catching her breath here against this fairly unique competitor that she is dealing with right now. Of course, former SmackDown Women's Champion in her own right, losing to the current champion Bayley. Oh, back at Survivor Series. However, right now, Ember Moon, oh, back and forth, these two women go with the kicks, and then another kick there. Going for the cover, 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Mick kick out of nowhere, right to the jaw. And yet, it doesn't put her down for the 3 count. And you gotta think both Sasha Banks and Dakota Kai should be watching this one very closely. Banks, of course, her best friend Bayley, gonna be in the main event. She is the current champion after all. And perhaps Ember Moon, the former champion, climbs to the top. Perhaps she is looking to join Banks and Kai in that Elimination Chamber match as she connects. Going for the cover now. 1, 2, 3, and she does it. The Eclipse out of nowhere, getting the job done here. Very back and forth matchup to kick off this edition of SmackDown. Following a few moments where I immediately had to kind of catch my breath. Okay, after seeing Andrade Cien almost attack Daniel Bryan, trying to steal the opening moments of this matchup. However, Ember Moon with a show-stealing performance, beating Mickie James and going on to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. However, ladies and gentlemen, as she celebrates the victory, I want to turn your attention to what will be happening here on SmackDown. EC3 apparently has a massive announcement to make. And of course, that's not all. As I mentioned earlier, of course, the main event of the evening will be for the SmackDown Women's title. Kairi Sane versus Bayley. And hold on, wait a second. Okay, well, I'm being told right now that something's happening backstage, so what is it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, just like how Zelina Vega promised that attack on Daniel Bryan was meant to be, well, to send a message to everybody on SmackDown on behalf of Andrade Cien Almas, her client, that man right there, or should I say that monster among men, is here to send a message to everybody on SmackDown as well, following his loss last week in our main event for the Intercontinental Championship. It was Braun Strowman challenging Drew McIntyre, who just barely survived after sending himself and Braun Strowman through the barricade on the outside before promptly being, well, attacked by the leader of Sanity, Eric Young. He will be in action later on tonight as well. However, that man right there, Braun Strowman, he wants some competition, and he is going to get it, as apparently a local competitor is here to step up to fight the monster among men. Oh god, well wait a second, the Fiend! Apparently in the ring as he slaps Braun Strowman! And Strowman trying to fight back against the Fiend here, picking him up! Well, this wasn't particularly scheduled to happen here, but apparently Abby the Witch has apparently decided to send her monster, the Fiend, on Braun Strowman! Well, of course, Abby or Abigail or whatever she wants to be called has taken over the Firefly Funhouse and apparently has decided to turn her attention to Braun Strowman as that thing, that fiend that has recently debuted here on SmackDown is apparently here to do her dirty work, and Braun Strowman has just been attacked by that. Braun Strowman was just very quickly taken out here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, after the attack by The Fiend, by Bray Wyatt, by whatever it is, apparently Johnny Gargano has promised that he will win the WWE Championship the month before WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen, at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view as he goes one-on-one against Kevin Owens. Will he be able to do it? Not entirely sure. However, that man, Big E, is looking to gain a victory. Not here tonight. No, that's his partner, Xavier Woods, who's competing here tonight against Eric Young. Big E, however, he's going to be competing next week against Kevin Owens, the WWE Champion, in a non-title matchup. But his partner tonight, Xavier Woods, is looking for some competition. He is looking for a battle, and he's going to be getting it against the leader of Sanity, Eric Young. Now, you may notice that Kofi Kingston is not out here alongside Big E and Xavier Woods, and there is a distinct reason why. That is because, well, after the match last week between Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston, he was absolutely shattered, brutally hurt. Powerbomb after powerbomb, package piledriver after package piledriver. So apparently Xavier Woods and Big E told him to stay home, heal up, lick his wounds, and Big E will be getting perhaps some revenge next week against Kevin Owens. But tonight, the leader of Sanity, this other dominating faction here on SmackDown, who, in my opinion, is almost the exact opposite of the other dominating faction here on SmackDown, the New Day, will be taking on a member of that very same faction as the leader. That man, Eric Young, is looking to take on Xavier Woods. Okay, Eric Young, of course, to close out last week's edition here of SmackDown, brutally attacked the Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre following his huge victory against, well, the man who was just attacked by the Fiend, Braun Strowman. Okay, both men, as I mentioned earlier, crashing through the barricade for Drew McIntyre to retain his title, rolling into the ring at the count of 9. But right now, Eric Young, he's got a message to send, and perhaps he will absolutely decimate Xavier Woods to send that message. Now, we haven't particularly seen Sanity too often here on SmackDown since losing the SmackDown Tag Team titles to The Bar. However, the current Tag Team Champions, Xavier Woods and Big E, are out here tonight, and Eric Young perhaps wants to gain a victory over one half of the Tag Team Champions, Xavier Woods. And you gotta think Drew McIntyre, the current Intercontinental Champion, watching this one very closely. As after the attack by Eric Young, you gotta think he is definitely on his radar. He is definitely focused on that man, the leader of Sanity, this chaotic faction, Eric Young. However, right now, Eric, he's got a uphill battle, but so does Xavier Woods. These two incredibly interesting and dangerous competitors looking to share this squared circle here as the bell rings, and immediately out of the gate, Eric Young just charges towards Xavier Woods. And here we go now. Eric Young just immediately on the attack here with these strikes on his opponent. Big E, of course, at ringside. Killian Dane and Alexander Wolf at ringside on behalf of Eric Young. Big E with Xavier Woods, of course. However, right now, Woods, he is definitely not looking too good as Eric Young, ever since just charging out of the gate with that furious attack, has been, well, absolutely dominating his opponent tonight. His, dangerous opponent, of course, Xavier Woods, who is incredibly skillful in that ring. But right now, I don't think he was particularly ready for this incoming onslaught by his opponent, as Eric Young has him in a back suplex position. But there you see the agility of Xavier Woods, and perhaps right now he's getting sick and tired of getting taken down as he hits him there with not one, not two, but a trifecta of strikes before a big shining wizard running off the ropes. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. What a knee to the face of Eric Young, but Xavier Woods could not keep him down for the 3 count. However, right now, there you see Eric Young pushing him towards the corner. Young having it well scouted right now. And this is exactly what he's going to need to do. He's going to have to slow down the pace when he's competing against Xavier Woods, who likes to fly high, who looks to crank it all the way up to 11 in terms of the absolute punishment. Of course, the quick pace that he is so well known for and so used to, as there you see, flies off the middle rope, making it look so damn easy, going for the cover. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. Eric Young gets the shoulder up, and Xavier Woods, he can't believe it. As Woods flies down onto Eric Young. Eric Young tries to fight back right now, following the kick out, trying to pick him up. Xavier Woods, however, not allowing him the chance to do so, goes for another kick to the stomach, and again it gets caught by the leader of Sanity. However, this time the kick to the stomach connects, and then again connecting there with another strike combination by the always impressive Xavier Woods. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. Of course, Xavier Woods has his own YouTube channel, Up, Up, Down, Down. Highly recommended to everybody who may be watching, but right now, Eric Young perhaps looking to make sure that that channel, does not have a representative in Xavier Woods. However, Woods trying to fight back right now, as these two men very back and forth here thus far in this matchup. Eric Young, however, throws him across the ring, over the top rope. Seems to have him suplex position, but instead he counters. And there you see, chest first, face first, goes Eric Young as Xavier Woods. Oh, wait a second. He's all the way across the ring, but he somehow connects. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count there. Okay, 2/3 from across the ring, and yet Xavier Woods still lands the diving splash. As he connects with those combinations once again with the kick and punch strike combination. But right now, Eric Young on the outside, trying to perhaps gain some sort of room here in this matchup. Okay, trying to perhaps catch his breath, but Xavier Woods not allowing him the chance to do so. Eric Young, however, he's sick and tired of it as he picks him up, and that Sanity driver connects. 1, 2, 3, no, and he gets the shoulder up. Xavier gets the shoulder up somehow as Eric Young looks down at his adversary here. And Wolf and Dane can't believe it on the outside, as one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, proving why he is just that and why he is a devastating force to be reckoned with here on SmackDown. Xavier Woods takes him down, however, as the fellow devastating force here on SmackDown throws him to the outside. Okay, trying to catch his breath, but instead, Xavier Woods perhaps on the brutal end of that suplex, bringing him back into the ring once again, going for the cover here. 1, 2, no, and only a 2 count. However, there you see Xavier Woods. He gets up, runs towards him. But instead he gets a forearm strike right to the jaw, right to the face, and he gets a backbreaker for good measure. And Xavier Woods is not looking too good. However, he gets up once again, trying to battle through the pain, trying to fight through the pain here. And Xavier Woods, with that incredible resilience, somehow still in the fight, somehow still battling as he goes up to the top turnbuckle here. Xavier Woods perhaps sees this as an opportunity for the diving splash, but this time he gets caught with the knees to the stomach by Eric Young, and Young turns him around into the neck breaker. 1, 2, 3, and this one's over as Eric Young gets the knees up. And then perhaps that incredible counter out of nowhere with the knees up, last possible second, could have saved him from utter defeat here. Okay, Xavier Woods launching himself off the top turnbuckle, as you just saw, flying all the way across the ring, connecting. However, in the end, that man, Eric Young, connects with the neck breaker, gets the job done, and gains the victory. But wait a second. Well, there you see the man who Eric Young attacked last week. None other than Drew McIntyre, and Alexander Wolf. Alexander Wolf goes after him here, but the big man Killian Dane now seems to follow suit as Drew McIntyre connects with a back suplex, but instead a clubbing shot connects on Killian Dane, and now Drew McIntyre gets caught with the neckbreaker. McIntyre taking down both Wolf and Dane, but of course the leader of Sanity, Eric Young, once again connects with that devilish neckbreaker that he hit last week on Drew McIntyre. McIntyre perhaps trying to get a bit of revenge, but instead, oh, the odds were just stacked against him. I don't know if you can call it brave or stupid, but I can tell you this. Drew McIntyre, he's going to be calling an ambulance perhaps, as now he just took that devastating powerbomb by Alexander Wolf. He's just taken the neck breaker, and now Killian Dane, there you see the big man picks him up and takes him down with the Ulster Plantation. And that man here tonight, Killian Dane, looks down alongside Alexander Wolf, alongside Eric Young, at the Intercontinental Champion. He's just been taken out, he's just been laid waste here tonight, as Eric Young perhaps wanting to send a message to Drew McIntyre. However, ladies and gentlemen, I want to turn your attention to what's going to be happening next week here on SmackDown. I mentioned it earlier. Big E, the man who, well, washes his friend Xavier Woods, suffered a loss to Eric Young just a few moments ago. Big E, he will be competing against Kevin Owens, the current WWE Champion, in a non-title matchup. But that's not all, as, well, it's been confirmed. Next week, Braun Strowman will be going one-on-one against the man, or the thing, that attacked him earlier tonight. The Fiend will be here next week on SmackDown, and that is a fight that I am definitely excited to see. However, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to all of that, before we get to our main event, EC3, okay, he's been saying that he's had this massive announcement to make here tonight. What does he have to say? Okay, well, Jackson Riker apparently has just been fired? Well, obviously, of course, EC3 brought Jackson Riker into the WWE, brought him into our show as a bodyguard, and it seems as though following the quick elimination in that #1 Contenders Battle Royal just a few weeks ago for the chance to fight Kevin Owens for the WWE title at Elimination Chamber, apparently Jackson Riker has just been fired by EC3. Or I guess not particularly fired, because I guess EC3, okay, he still has the contract, and it seems as though EC3, as punishment, as revenge, has decided to make sure Jackson Riker will never compete here in the WWE again, or at least until that contract expires, whenever that will be. But right now, I mean, not to overshadow that massive announcement by EC3 that he's just fired Jackson Riker, but we've got a title match. This is our main event of the evening that we're getting into. So many talking points here tonight, and yet this is our main event, and it's for the SmackDown Women's title. We've got Bayley, apparently being accompanied, of course, by her best friend Sasha Banks, looking to defend that title, of course, does Bayley, against the challenger, one of the hottest prospects here on SmackDown since being traded over for Charlotte, who went over to Monday Night Raw, who's had some success there as well. Okay, Kairi Sane, the challenger, is looking to challenge Bayley, and of course Bayley and Sasha Banks, the story behind this matchup, it's all been about them basically just poking fun at Kairi Sane, costing her matches, just trying to, I guess, test the waters, not entirely sure. However, Bayley and Sasha Banks perhaps sees Kairi Sane as a threat, because ever since she joined SmackDown, she has been incredibly dominant. Okay, Kairi Sane even pinning that woman right there, Bayley, a few weeks ago in a tag team match alongside Ember Moon. But right now, this isn't a tag team match. This is a one-on-one competition, and it's about that. The SmackDown Women's title. Okay, we've got Kairi Sane, the challenger, Bayley, the champion. As I'm trying to get into this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. Okay, we've had so many massive things. We've had The Fiend attack Braun Strowman. We've had Jackson Riker just pronounced fired, or at least, I guess, unable to come to the WWE because of the contract by EC3. We've had Johnny Gargano announce that he will be taking the WWE title even after suffering so many losses. And perhaps following this matchup, we could have a new champion if everything goes according to plan. And that plan, of course, being Kairi's plan, but instead Bayley just keeps running to the outside. Okay, ever since this new attitude, she has shown the world just who she truly is. Okay, she's a bit cowardly, she's a bit egotistical, and she's all dangerous alongside Sasha Banks, the boss. As right now, Bayley, however, the champion, immediately getting attacked here by Kairi Sane, and Bayley now, oh wait a second, trying to get a cheap victory, a quick victory here, one. No, only a one count with the roll-up attempt. Going after Kairi Sane. However, Sane gets up. Oh, and immediately takes her down with the drop kick. Bayley now dead center in the ring, away from those ropes, and that's probably by design, sorry. However, right now, oh, Bayley takes down Kairi Sane with the suplex. As these two women going back and forth right now. Okay, Bayley starting off the matchup, trying to leave the ring as much as possible. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count, trying to leave the ring, trying to catch her breath, trying to strategize, trying to perhaps get into the mind of Kairi Sane. Perhaps it's working, as Sane is not looking too good here. She just keeps taking this fury of strikes. Okay, keeps taking these pinfall attempt by the champion, as now she throws the challenger into the corner, goes after her here, and then that monkey flip connecting by Bayley, who is, in my opinion, a very good in-ring competitor as well. Okay, sure, I don't like this new attitude. I don't like the fact that she became champion after the attack by Sasha Banks while the referee is down. 1, 2, following the German suplex. No, only a 2 count there. Of course, Sasha Banks attacking Ember Moon, the, at that point, SmackDown Women's Champion, before Bayley took the title away from her. Going for another cover here, trying to get a lot of pinfall attempts. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count, trying to somehow steal the victory here against Kairi Sane, just like how she stole the title in the first place. And right now, Kairi Sane is looking to take the title away from Bayley, who has held that title and who has continued to hold that title through a lot of drastic and cowardly means. As she connects there, Kairi Sane does at least, with the strike right to the side of the head. Okay, Bayley, after creating this new attitude, after developing this new, well, personality, it seems like, has been on top of the SmackDown world alongside her partner Sasha Banks. However, Kairi Sane, since joining SmackDown, has risen up the rankings in her own right as she connects 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count following the spinning back fist, as these two incredibly impressive competitors here tonight on SmackDown, continuing to dish out some punishment here. The spinning back fist connecting, and Bayley not looking too good. Kairi Sane, seeing this as an opportunity, turns her over, and there you see Kairi Sane with the anchor submission hold that she's used to tap out so many competitors here. Not just on SmackDown, but in the WWE in general, and perhaps she could use this submission hold to become the SmackDown Women's Champion here. Oh, but Bayley sends her face first into the mat, but you gotta think the lower back of Bayley absolutely not looking too good following that submission attempt. And oh, wait a second, Bayley now with a submission attempt of her own with the figure four, okay, trying to perhaps give a bit of a shout out to Charlotte Flair and her papa following that big trade. Of course, Kairi Sane being traded over from Monday Night Raw for Charlotte Flair. But right now, Bayley trying to tap out Kairi Sane, working over the legs. However, there you see Kairi Sane somehow gains the strength to roll herself onto her stomach to counter the figure four submission hold. And right now, of course, reversing the pressure. And right now, oh, the pressure is on as these two women are going back and forth here on SmackDown for the women's title. And there you see Bayley pushes her off. Sasha Banks, of course, at ringside. And Bayley sends her to the opposing corner. But there you see Kairi Sane now. Throws her out of the corner. Seems to have something in mind here. Oh, roll-up pinfall attempt in her own right. 1, 2. No, and only a 2 count. Kairi Sane going for a quick pinfall attempt in her own right. Both women want the title so damn badly. Oh, as Bayley takes not 1, not 2, but a trifecta of punches right to the face. And Kairi Sane now, oh, wait a second, following the dropkick, seems to have something in mind here. Goes up to the top. She's looking for it, and the insane elbow connects. The insane elbow connects. 1, 2, 3. No, and she gets the shoulder up. Kairi Sane, after hitting her with the anchor, after hitting her with the insane elbow, somehow does not keep her down for the 3 count. Okay, I mentioned earlier, Bayley, even though I'm not particularly a fan of this new attitude, she is a very competent competitor, and you're seeing that right now. She's got a lot of heart, she's got a lot of gutsy resilience, and right now she's trying to fight back, trying to keep that title around her waist. But instead, Kairi Sane trying everything with a flurry of strikes, sending her into the corner, trying everything to perhaps take that title home with her. However, right now, Bayley has her in the corner. And there you see Bayley now. Seems to have something in mind. Oh, goes for a running strike. But instead, Kairi Sane, oh, moves out of the way. And these two women going back and forth, as I mentioned. Okay, very back and forth matchup. A lot of strikes, but instead, Bayley runs towards her into the corner. Her knees get caught on the top turnbuckle. But there you see Kairi Sane goes for an attack. Bayley turns around. Seems to have something in mind. Turns her around. And now, oh, smashes her face first into the top turnbuckle as these two women just keep battling in the corner. Sasha Banks, however, in that corner, watching very closely. Bayley turns it into another suplex there. Kairi Sane going for an attack. But Bayley having it well scouted here as the women's champion. Seems to have something in mind, not entirely sure. Sasha Banks cheering on her best friend here tonight on SmackDown. But there you see Kairi Sane, oh, goes for that spinning back fist. But Bayley having it well scouted, takes her down. Once again, perhaps with another submission hold. Once again with the figure four leg lock. And it's on tight here, ladies and gentlemen. Working over the legs of her opponent right now, Kairi Sane, who, of course, those legs have been pretty much worked over this entire matchup following the first figure four leg lock. And there you see, once again, reversing the pressure, but you gotta think her legs must be in a hell of a lot of pain right now. Following not 1, but 2 figure four leg lock attempts. And Bayley out of nowhere! Bayley out of nowhere, 1, 2, she's retaining the title, but perhaps not. Bayley out of nowhere, hitting her with the Bayley to belly, and yet Kairi Sane somehow kicks out, and Bayley in the corner, she can't even believe it, and quite frankly, neither can I, as Kairi Sane gets up. Oh, and Bayley goes for a strike. Kairi Sane, however, goes for another strike in her own right. These two women back and forth here on SmackDown. Okay, Sasha Banks watching on. Bayley and Kairi Sane, this whole crowd, the whole world is watching on. It's all about the women's title here. The SmackDown women's title in this very back and forth matchup between two of the top stars here on SmackDown, not just in the women's division, but in any division, as Kairi Sane brings her to the middle of the ring and perhaps sees this as an opportunity following the spinning back fist. Okay, she's very slow to get up to the top turnbuckle, understandable. Okay, these two women are both exhausted, and perhaps this could be her chance at a victory. No, wait a second. No, Sasha Banks! Damn it! Okay, Kairi Sane so close to perhaps defeating Bayley with an insane elbow, I can only assume, going up to the top. But instead, there you see Banks and Bayley. God damn it! I can't say I'm not furious right now. Sasha Banks attacking Kairi Sane. The match has just been thrown out. Bayley is still the champion, winning via, well, not particularly winning, losing the matchup via DQ, as now there you see Sane just being attacked here by Banks and Bayley. Oh, wait a second. Ember Moon, the former champion, going after Bayley and Banks with a steel chair here on SmackDown. Of course, Ember Moon teaming up with Kairi Sane a few weeks ago in that tag team match in which Sane and Moon got the victory. But there you see Banks and Bayley walking away following the attack and following the introduction of Ember Moon in a steel chair. But god damn it. Following, in my opinion, an incredible back and forth matchup here tonight on SmackDown in our main event for the women's title, Sasha Banks and Bayley just ruining the matchup. Absolutely uncalled for, absolutely unnecessary, and in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Ember Moon and Kairi Sane stand in the middle of the ring on an already eventful episode of SmackDown, we must conclude our episode here. Thank you all so much for watching, as Kairi Sane is clearly furious